Welcome everyone. I hope you have your Connecticut casual or Pennsylvania business attire on because we are invited to a garden party. If you're new here, welcome. Each week I create a new look using Color Street nail strips while talking about some fun facts. If you're interested in unique color combos and want to learn some interesting facts, I would highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Since this look has no real theme, I thought it'd be fun to revisit another Office episode, Garden Party. This is the 4th episode of Season 8, originally aired on October 13th, 2011. This episode was written by co-executive producer Justin Spitzer and was directed by Dave Rogers. It also marks the first credit to Mindy Kaling as the executive producer. We start off in the office where Dwight is explaining to everyone how to get to Schrute Farms. The question is asked, why can't we just look up the directions online? But Dwight says this is much easier. Come to find out, when you put in the address of Schrute Farms and look at the street view, Dwight and Mose are playing on the seesaw. They don't warn you when the cameras are driving by, says Dwight. This is actually a callback to Season 6 episode Manager and Salesman, where Ryan asks Dwight if he'd saw the movie, and Dwight replies, yes, Mose and I seesaw all the time. The whole office is questioning Andy why he's throwing a garden party. Kelly asks, but what's the reason? We come to find out that Andy's younger brother got a promotion at work, and his parents threw him a garden party and invited Walter Jr.'s boss. Jim asks, is Robert California invited to this party? And of course he is. Before heading to the garden party, Andy is on the phone with Robert California, and Robert is asking what he should bring to the party, marmalade or a basil plant. On the phone, it seems that marmalade is the winner, but when Robert arrives at the party, he hands Andy a basil plant. While still at the office, Jim asks Dwight why he keeps reading that garden party book. In a talking head, Dwight thinks that this idiot sold him the book online for $2. But then the camera zooms into the author of the book, James Trickerton. In a Jim talking head, he says he's disappointed in how poor his book is doing, as he's only sold one copy. Once at the garden party, we get to see all the ridiculous things that Jim wrote in the book, and Dwight is following to a T. One of the best, and my favorite, is the announcing of each guest in an extremely loud manner. And the more important of the guest, the louder you must announce them. The best is at the very end of the episode when Jim walks back and forth by Dwight as he's on his announcing duties. And finally, Jim asks the question, so who really is the best salesman in the office? Dwight starts to answer, that's ridiculous, it's obviously, as Jim crosses the entrance threshold, Mr. James Halpert, Dwight announces. Some other funny things that happen during the party. Kevin is wearing his toupee again to this party, and corners one of the waiters that has a tray of food. Aaron's hat gets stolen by a bird and gets caught in a tree, and Ryan gives up his jacket to Robert while Kelly is obviously freezing. We also see Pam and Angela as they discuss their pregnancies and come to find out that they're both naming their babies Philip. Pam after her grandfather and Angela after her favorite cat. This leads both ladies announcing their baby names at the garden party during the toasting portion of the party. In an Angela talking head, she says that Pam is always copying her, and it's like the Ford Taurus situation all over again, which is never fully explained. While the garden party is to impress Robert California, the real purpose of it is to show off for Andy's parents. It's well known that Andy's parents favor his little brother Walter Jr., so Andy thought since now he's the regional manager of Scranton, throwing this party would finally make them proud of him. In the end, his parents, mainly his dad, have not changed their feelings about Andy. And since everyone has overheard on the baby monitor how awful Andy's dad was treating him, the whole office turns the garden party into a barbecue. Daryl asks Andy as he's leaving, burger or cheeseburger, which convinces Andy to stay. They all watch as Dwight performs the closing ceremonies to the garden party. Pam rests her head on Jim's shoulder as she's done in many other episodes. Diversity Day, Goodbye Toby, and Niagara. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed another episode overview of The Office, and we'll see you for the next one.